Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Flush to his right. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Chris Manhertz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 2nd down. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years. So he is a defense's nightmare, because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup there.
2nd and 3.
2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Herbert took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brings up third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll run for it with Eckler. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Wesley Woodyard, he does a little bit of everything, and this time he gets the sack. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
23-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Now a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Final play of the half. Bridgewater to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Curtis Samuel on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater, and Anderson's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and 10.
Catch there by Robbie Anderson, and we all know he's got the speed to get behind any defense. What I think is underrated about his game is his toughness and his belief in self. Robbie Anderson was an undrafted free agent who's turned into a big-time player in the NFL, and now landing in Carolina reunites him with his college coach, Matt Rule, when they were together at Temple.
First down, Bridgewater. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. Plays just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Draw play, it's Eckler. Troy Clyde that time gets the tackle.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Clyde just took his medicine there and took the...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 41 yards.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So that one will be accepted.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he can't quite intercepted. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Michael Palardi.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On the return, it's King. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back.
He's got Daly past the 20. And for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 65 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Panthers 14.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistent.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. He'll get this to Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 89 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Sly lining up for the point after.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Second and 11.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. His 3rd interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Desmond King now to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll hand off here to Eckler, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Drop this off to his fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Yeah, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out in the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Quick pass out wide. Trying. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
1st and goal.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To the air again. Herbert finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brings up
2nd and 4.
At the 4-yard line.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the
8 yards to go on 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 8 coming up. Bridgewater now. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Bridgewater to throw it. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
10-10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is incomplete. Joe Reed, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Herbert. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Touchdown, Austin Eckler. 43 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. Taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Fresh off of 6 the other way. It's Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. That throw into the arms of Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
1st and
back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw here. Herbert. Hunter Henry with the grab. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. That's right. Well, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Going on the ground with Eckler. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
You remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Complete to Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, they really could have turned this one upside down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Keeps the score. Chargers 42. Panthers.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Eckler. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Jeremy Chin on the coverage.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So, for the Chargers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the